Gunner is a strong villager and is the advanced role of the vigilante. It has the ability to kill a player 2 times, where it has 2 bullets. With each bullet, he can kill a player. Gunner is most notorious for being stressful and being so important for the village, as he might be crucial for village win condition. So anyway, I'll just explain about the gunner. Gunner is of very high importance for the village, especially higher importance than roles like the seer, detective, or overseer. Especially when it makes a mistake. Like, when you shoot a villager, it will affect the village majority heavily, especially when you shoot 2 villagers. So, yeah, it is stressful, but here are some tips to help. Now, number 1, who to shoot. As gunner, it's important to know that who you should shoot. But here are some things to cover. Number 1, don't always shoot in 1v1, especially when one can prove themselves over the other. Such as 2 Grumpy Grandma claims. It's best not to shoot here since both Grumpy Grandma can prove themselves in case they're real, and worst case scenario, shooting one of them may be real and you will lynch the other one. Alright, and when should you shoot in 1v1 is if there's a possible fool or something like that and you need your bullet to prove someone. Yeah, worst case scenario is that you might shoot the villager, however, you know what I mean. 2, don't always shoot a proven informer or find an evil, because you can just lynch that evil and you can use your bullet for something else. However, if there's something like a player with an unknown aura or a possible fool, then you can shoot them. Now, with that out of the way, I'll just explain who to shoot. Ask someone for their role. If they don't claim or reply for a very long time, you can shoot them. However, the safest option is to ask again. If they don't claim or they don't reply at all, you can shoot them. Worst case scenario is that they're a villager. However, it's their fault if they don't claim. But you can't really do anything about it if they're actually a thrower. Number 2, shoot if you're in a 1v1 with someone else, such as sheriff and detective finding you not equal with someone, or sheriff finding you a suspect with someone else. Yeah, you can shoot the player, and that will prove many things in case the sheriff or detective turns out to be fake. Shoot fool and headhunter claims. It's actually better safe than sorry, because 1, if you don't shoot a fool or a headhunter, then you're basically tipping off a potential evil, and besides, it can cause many late game shenanigans, because you do not know how many late game shenanigans a fool can make if left ignored, especially a fool claim. You don't know how deadly a fool claim can be, so always shoot the fool claim. Now, headhunter, it's pretty much an exception because, yeah, but if they say who their target is and if their target is alive, then you should shoot the headhunter. Number 2, always prioritize your shot correctly. Now, you may shoot an evil, but it won't be the correct shot. Like, for example, if there's a proven werewolf and a possible fool, who would you shoot? Obviously, you should shoot the possible fool since you can lynch the proven werewolf, but you need to eliminate the fool as soon as possible to prevent late game shenanigans. Because you can lynch the fool and you will lose instantly, regardless of who you shoot. Here are evils you need to prioritize your shot to. So, although there are situations that can vary, although this is the most common one. Number 1 priority should be the fool, because the fool can cause late game shenanigans even though the fool may seem harmless. Second priority should be instigator, recruits, and werewolves, although this assumes that you aren't recruited, so if you're recruited, don't shoot instigator. Okay, so about that, you should shoot the instigator and werewolf because they are a team of themselves and they can actually gain majority if you leave them ignored. Next is solo killer, sect leader, and zombie. Well, they are potential evil, however they're solo, so that's why they aren't prioritized above instigator or werewolf. However, for sect leader and zombie, they need to be killed before they have majority. Although this assumes that you are insected. Now, next is don't always shoot sect member or an accomplice or a couple, because if you shoot an accomplice, the bandit can always get a new accomplice, and couple, worst case scenario is you may shoot village couple. And sect member, you won't really know if they're a sect member or not, but yeah, sect leader will always get a new sect member. Although remember that this may vary depending on your situation, and you need to shoot correctly, because if you don't shoot correctly, it may cause an effect on late game. Whoops, I shot a villager. What do I do now? Guess I'll just flee. Absolutely not. Don't do this. Alright, so if you kill a villager, well, here's something you have to make sure. When killing a villager, you have to make sure if you can really recover from that. But because if you can actually recover, that's good. Though, mind you that shooting a villager means that wolves are one step closer to gaining majority. Now, generally, you should learn from your shot and your mistakes to avoid it next time. Well, because you shouldn't give up, because if you were to give up after doing a mistake, it will actually affect you badly. Because you don't actually want to learn anything at all. You just want to win, that's it. Number 4, don't always rely on anyone else. If you actually want to carry the game as gunner, here's the things not to do and to do. Number 1, don't always rely on informers' information to make a shot. A1 is alright since you have no prior information, and you need as much confirmable townies as possible, and you need as much confirmed town and less scapegoats. And later in the game, there will probably be a confirmed informer, 1 or 2 confirmed informer. So you're better off with lynching. However, mind you that the informer can be fake. And besides, there are shots that you need to make to clear out evils that are not known, and so that informers doesn't have to check them. And besides, if you actually want to carry the game, you gotta rely on yourself. Although you can choose to use the informer's information just to make a shot if 2 evils were to be found, or it's a 1v1, or you need to shoot a fool. And then once again, the informers can always be fake, so you gotta stay cautious and remain focused on whether the informer is fake or not, or they have credibility or not. Number 2, don't always shoot on demand, use your discretion and keep calm. There are some times where you make a shot, but you actually don't know what's even happening. So in this case, you actually gotta keep calm and remain focused. Just take your time and see what's correct. Although about shooting on demand, if the shot is 100% needed and you know it's needed, then you gotta shoot. Although don't always shoot on demand. Number 5, the gunner aura strategy. To be honest, it's honestly a funny strategy and it actually works. So basically what you do is day 1 you call someone evil. If they don't defend yourself, then you shoot them. And if they don't claim, then you shoot them. But if they don't claim as a villager, it's pretty much their fault if they get shot. Although it's not really risky, because if your information turned out to be false, then you can just reclaim gunner or shoot them, and if they're not evil aura, then you can then your role will be revealed and yeah, you're confirmed. It also works as priest. Anyway, this is the end of the video, and I actually hope you enjoyed the video. If you actually like the overall content, why not subscribe and comment on whether you think the strategy is good or not. And if you like the guide, if you like the video, and I'll see you next video. And by the way, this video was pretty much like left around for a while, and I decided to finish it. So probably it won't really be good, but I actually hope you enjoy it.